Hello everyone, it's Stu Staudinger at MFL Bison Ranch Limited here. I want to do a little bit of a follow-up video of the videos I did in the store the other day about nutrition and health and that kind of stuff. But I thought before I get onto that, I want to show you who my friends are here. Just gonna pan you around here. Look who I'm with. That's right. This is the East Herd. I'm out here giving them a couple of bales. They got plenty of grazing out here, but we'll start to supplement them about now with a few bales. We're not really set up to bale graze on this piece of land yet. Hopefully in a year's time or so. And we see a couple of the bigger bulls there. The biggest guy right in the middle. There's his face just poking up between a couple of cows there. That's Montgomery. Named after Field Marshal Montgomery, British general, Second World War. Yeah. Showing my British roots here, British military roots. Anyway, I get to do this for a living. Not bad at all. Cool. Anyway, just thought I'd show you them. So yeah, I said a few things about diet. Sorry, sunlight doing some weird things here. I'll just walk around to where it's a bit clearer. Autoimmune disease, and I just like to clarify a few things. I mentioned a seasonal paleo diet and eating, seasonal vegetables when they're in season, stuff like that. A lot of this stuff is individual based. It depends on how people respond to it. The only food source that we know of that we're absolutely 100% certain is good for humans, safe for them, provides all the nutrient needs and everything else, is a purely animal-based diet. It's the only one anyone knows of that we can survive on indefinitely and suffer no serious long-term health consequences. So when I talk about eating seasonally available vegetables, I'm not saying you have to do that. And I'm not saying you don't eat anything that isn't in season either. I do. I eat a few vegetables here and there. I like my broccoli and things like that. But my wife has been suffering from the long-term effects of celiac for ever since she was diagnosed. So she's much healthier now than she used to be, but still not over it. Still has very sensitive gastrointestinal system. There's a lot of damage there that takes years to repair. And that's the important bit. A lot of people have said that one of the few things that speeds the repair process is bone broth. But actually, an animal-based diet is effectively provides the nutrients required for that. And my sister, who went through chemotherapy, has got these long-term effects I told you about, and has kind of run out of other options to test. So the beginning of this last year, so January, February 2019, I went 100% carnivore for 2 months, and the effect was absolutely awesome. At age 45, my recovery from physical exercise reversed by 20 years. So it was like when I was in my mid-20s, just after I passed officer training kind of thing and was in the military, and had a very speedy recovery time from exercise. And then as you get older, it slows down if you're on a crap Western diet, which I was. But the reality is, I turn around, throw myself on a hardcore carnivore diet, and I went off of a keto diet. So I wasn't just going off a Western diet. I'd started with keto and intermittent fasting in about the September before. So I'd been eating a relatively good diet, but the step change going on carnivore diet, I was able to notice it in literally a couple of days. And the reason it popped into my mind here while I was out feeding these animals is because just down here, I'll be able to point out, see there's those animals, they've gone off there because I'm talking, they'll come back. Right down here, you can see, right there, that's a corral. It was this very herd that we were having to process in end of the first week of January this year, where we had a couple of these cows decided that they didn't really want to go in through the corral. Understandably, they're wild animals, and you got to learn how to deal with them. But sometimes you just have to have more endurance in them, and that's the thing about us humans. We can run and run and run and run. And over a distance over 25 miles, there isn't a single species on Earth that's faster than us on 2 feet. faster than us on foot, with the exception of dogs in a colder climate, or wolves. But in hot climates, the grassland savannas we came from, we're faster than everything, literally everything. We can persistence hunt just about any species on Earth, including these fuzzy beasts behind me here. I found that out. So less than a week after I'd gone onto a carnivore diet, I had to literally run down about 3 of these cows and just keep after them and keep after them. And I thought, because I'd done similar things in not too distant past, I thought, man, I'm going to hurt tomorrow. I'm going to be in so much pain. It's going to take me 5 days to recover from this. Like my last fitness test when I was still in the Canadian Forces Reserve, I was up against a couple Army officers, and an Air Force guy can't let the Army officers beat him in all the tests, so I beat them all by a significant margin. But I hurt for it for 3 days. And one of those stupid things you do when you're a military officer, I guess. But anyway, long story short, I ran these 3 cows, without stressing them, but I just kept after them. And I got to the stage where I was just about to the point of throwing up on a few occasions from exertion. And the following day, I felt nothing. Zero. Nada. I had no inflammation. I had no stiffness, no soreness, no pain, nothing. And I've got a shoulder injury on this shoulder here. I injured when I was 38 years old. Skiing accident in Garmisch, Germany. And it's been plaguing me for a while. And when I went on that carnivore diet, the inflammation started going down. And actually I had about 3 months earlier this year, pain-free. It started to come back on me. I went back on a ketogenic diet and then a mixed omnivore diet this summer and this fall. And the mixed omnivore diet has allowed it to flare up again. So I'm going back the 1st of January to a carnivore diet. My sister's going on a carnivore diet and my wife's going on a carnivore diet. We're going to try it for 6 months. I'm 100% sure that we're all going to benefit from it. I don't have the autoimmune disease that, or the consequences of chemotherapy that they're dealing with, but I've got a small shoulder injury, and I like to be fit and healthy, and I like to be able to do 60 push-ups a minute and stuff like that. And right now I can't because this shoulder's bugging me. It drives me nuts. My former Royal Marine buddies will be laughing at me at the moment. So anyway, that's the story. It's not for everybody. Don't say that everyone has to do that. But including healthy animal-based proteins and fats in your diet is absolutely essential to being a healthy human. You cannot do it on a carbohydrate plant-based diet. It can't be done. I don't believe it can be done. And it's not about belief, actually. I think the anthropologists have done enough research into traditional societies, paleo societies, to give us enough evidence that we need to get back to what we're adapted to, which is a grassland savanna rangeland diet that looks a lot like this. There's not much vegetable that's digestible to humans out here right now. Zero. But there's a whole bunch of those grand fuzzy beasts over there, absolutely beautiful that they are, that have a rumen, and they can turn all of this stuff that's under the snow and in these bales, they can digest that. They're a walking sauerkraut vat, and they can compost that, and what happens is 20% of it goes into giving them energy, and the other 80% comes out the back end, pre-composted, providing excellent nutrients for the soil and helping rebuild the soil. So there you go. That's my view on it. I'm not saying everyone has to follow my plan. Not everyone has got the sickness in their family that we have. But if you come to our store, we will help you find whatever you need to meet your dietary requirements. We've got lots of people with special requirements, and we'll help. If we haven't got it, we'll find it for you. So there you go. Another quick view around. There you go. Pierre Plains bison. Beautiful. Plus there's coyote tracks and all sorts out here. Probably wolves. Mule deer, white-tailed deer, moose. Haven't seen any elk here, but had 3 moose run through here the other day, which is kind of cool. So there you go. The natural ecosystem, the way it should be. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.